Hey folks, Landstryder here, and welcome back to another Create Above and Beyond. I'm here with NachtFlame,
Hello.
and we're over by the newly, a more updated and closer to what I would call polished workshop here. I don't know, get back in first person. So if we come over here, we've got the Tinker's area where we've built an actual smeltery. So we can do all the casting and working with the metals here. It's also good for melting down armor. We can let metal sit in there too. Most of it doesn't alloy in there, and what does alloy in there, we can be pretty specific about. We still got this because we have to alloy certain things in the mixer right here, so that's convenient for that. And then we can transfer it over there for casting, and then not put together the foundry here. Now, I've never really used a foundry, to be honest, in past playthroughs. I think this is probably the very first time I've had one in a game.
Same.
So, and it's pretty neat. It's pretty similar to the smelter, except you have to fill in the corners, all the corners. It has to be but the center is still hollow. I'm running low on scaffolding. I need to get some more. Yeah, that's my last piece. But anyway, you can see the center is kind of hollow there. That's good. Hopefully you'll be able to see that from me jumping up and down there. And we had a slimy seed, so we were able to get some slime dirt here. Now we're growing some slime saplings that we found. I think we got those while exploring.
Yep.
And the other important thing that we got exploring, or at least, well, Nock was exploring. I wasn't exploring, but some ferns. You brought the ferns back. That's going to be needed in a future project. We're not going to work on that right this minute, because I got all this stuff to show you. All the mostly visual updates around here, but a few minor changes. Like we moved the press out here. That makes this nice and convenient. Now we can just bring a whole stack of material out and press it all at once. And that's really the way to go at the stage of the game that we're in, because if we look at our totals, we've got iron for days, and we've got coins for days, which means we can get all of the other metals stacks at a time if we don't want to do any mining for it or stuff. And I think we got a bunch of metals that I've been throwing out here in the processor. Oh, okay, they must. Nock's been on it. It's all clear. But the thing that's getting us all that money. Oop, yep, sorry.
Oh, just agreeing.
Just agreeing. Yep. No. So yeah, this is basically the one we just the one we use to get what we need when we need it. So there's all of our various cards. Like I've got a center bar card in here because I needed a bunch of redstone earlier and I didn't feel like going mining, and that was the quick way to do it because we've got coins. Let me show them the coin total. Over here, I changed this out. Did you notice that? I got rid of the black because I felt like it was just too much contrast and didn't really go with the garden area. And I put some mossy bricks over here. I think that looks. I need to get some mossy cobble too to kind of mix in over here because I need to break this up a little bit more. I think the floor all over really. But yeah, our bone. But this is what we have over 3,000 coins. Actually, we're probably close to 4,000 with the ones inside. Yeah, so nice. And that is because I put all these compacting drawers in here, and we now have a drawer controller that is taking all the things in, and that's just doing all of the things. So thing comes in, goes right into there. It gets compacted, and then since the compacted versions of many of these vegetables sell to the market for 1 gold piece or one silver piece, they're just automatically being put right into that trade station, which stays powered by the dried kelp blocks. We'll get to that in a minute. And then yeah, we've been making coins, and we're making tons of bone meal too. So all of the overflow goes into there for that. So things going nuts, and I've been converting some of it over to the rich soil. Is it rich soil? I can remember if I'm saying the right thing. Yeah, rich soil. Okay, well, that covers the farm, and then obviously I went through and I used. Oh yeah, I guess I gotta explain that how we got all. I didn't do all this by digging at it. Knock was very kind and made for me the other day. This right here, the exchanger. He even gave me the hardened one, which
Yeah, the
apparently
hardened tier was easy.
it was easy. He
The next
says.
tier up that requires the next full contraption line.
Yeah, the leadstone is super easy. I did that one in my single player because I felt like that was uh, very easy. But yeah, this one doesn't look too bad. Oh, it's not too terrible. Anyway, that's great. And it goes up to 7x7, and that's probably more than enough for decorating, which is all I really wanted it for mostly. Oh, I've got one of these slimy sky roots happening. Okie doke. I did some editing, or did some improvements to the. Actually, kind of it fixes and / improvements to the iron generator over here. Go up inside here. I made it so I can see up in here, and that was important because as soon as I did that, I realized I had some issues up top because there was a cobble that was getting stuck in certain places. So I had to move the water up a little bit and then speed the drills up so that the cobble wasn't flinging. The incoming cobble wasn't flinging the breaking cobble up into weird places. So speed is, you either got to be really fast or quite a bit slower. There's certain speeds that this doesn't work well. But anyway, but that made the whole thing faster, which is great, means we're getting iron even faster than we were before. And it really didn't have a big impact on the central power system down there. Oh, we gotta get a good name for that down there. I've named a number of the contraptions, and I put up the scaffold to make it easier to get around up on this upper level because we're going to be building some things up here soon that's going to be involved with all this over here. Because we still have to make a whole bunch of crushing wheels and do some things with that, but that's in the future. But let's talk about what we got going on right now. We fully automated the process for the infernal mechanisms. So those go into a drawer that's been scaled down so that it doesn't have more than a stack in it. Because we really don't need that many of these on hand. But I thought that was a nice touch for Knock. And we made this awesome machine that harvests both. So we got the bonus on the contraption for this. It does harvest both, but it's turned off right now because it's so backed up. There's no reason to have it running and dropping items on the ground over here, which it can be bad. But yeah, our precision mechanism drawer is full. The line is ready to go for the next mechanism. We'll get to that sometime soon. So let's check our totals over here. We've got a whole bunch more iron blocks built up here. We moved most of them over to the house earlier for crafting. But I hooked this up so that we don't have to worry about the lava in this anymore, because that was one of the holdups on this thing. It kept stopping because we kept having to fill that tank up. And because we had lava right here, I just threw this tank down. The tank kind of acts as a one-way valve so that these guys don't suffer for lava. And then this can pull that out of there and fills that tank up over there. And then we have this tank for easy access for filling our personal tanks. I don't have one right now. Or buckets of lava or whatever we need for crafting. Because this general area, I think, over top of the main power system here. Yeah, I still don't have a name for it. Suggestions in the comments. I probably still won't have settled on anything by the time this is released because I am really terrible with names. So yeah, suggestions in the comments for a really catchy name for this contraption that powers the entire base. Well, it doesn't right now because that's still connected over there and powers that portion. Doesn't empower the entire base. That will empower the entire base because we could take the sails down, although I really don't want to. I'd like to figure out a way to combine them into one system. But if we look for some reason the needle's not working right now, but my goggles are working, and I can see that we have 99% stress capacity on the wind sail system, and that's most of the assembly line, and pretty much the majority of everything over there. That doesn't include the cobble generator up there, the iron generator, the iron brick. Hey, I don't know what else we're gonna call that. The iron brick, something like that. But if we look around, I've started naming certain contraptions. Like this is a safety sawmill. It's contraption 7.1 and 7.2 and 7.3 all combined because it's just 3 saws in a row. And it's safety because we put the half slabs over it, and it's now safe to you won't get sawed up on it. You won't go and hurt yourself. I can't say the same for contraption number 1, the lumberjack. That's why there's these caution things around there.
Yeah, no, it continually kills us.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. He's got me a couple times. At least it at least accounts for one of my deaths. And this contraption, which is the contraption number 3, the wind garden. The majority part of it's under the ground. The actual part that is contraption 3, which is the kelp. And kind of the kelp is part of the win as well, and it's not. That's not a typo. Nice. I see you got the thingies.
Okay,
Yeah,
you should come around, take a peek around front here too, because I just did a thing over here.
You did a thing? All right, let's check out the thing. Oh, nice. I like it.
At least it's nice and easy for the manual use for now, anyway.
It looks really good. Looks really good. Yeah, it's pretty much. Yeah, we'd mostly be doing a manual use anyway. I like it. I like it because I would love to get into some of that occult stuff in the future or soon. Could be interesting. What was that? Lightning in the sky. You will notice that our area is very well lit now. Barrel lanterns, thank you very much. And safe from the hordes of mobs that spawn on the land outside of our area. Because I put a wall up all the way around. All the way around. And we're just going to ignore that for the minute. So last Saturday, which was just a few days ago for us, we did a stream. And during our stream, we had a visitor.
Yep.
And his name is Subscribe. And hit that like button if you like this video. Yeah, it is now. And don't forget to ring that bell too. But we really need to cure this guy. So let's do that. It's time. It's time to cure Subscribe and turn him into our first villager. We need to get a second one too at some point. But a fisherman's actually not bad. We have a way to get rid of some fish.
We got a golden apple.
You got the golden apple.
Potion.
Might have to brew that. Brew that here, I would think. Yep. There's some awkward stuff in there already.
Is there? Okay, so...
Well, while you put that together, speaking of brewing, I should show them the other thing that I did.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, we're going to go down here. Hey, look, we got drawers with mob drops in them to help get our stuff out of our inventory fast. Because we do have a drawer controller in here now. It's kind of hiding back in here. We have actually all kinds of things hiding in here. Our saw is down there. It's hiding. Our culinary station is under there. It's hiding. So is our sewing table. And our energetic infuser is hiding back in there that we use to charge our stuff up. So, you know, we've made some things that, you know, kind of haven't showed you before, but they're in here. They're just hiding really good. Alright. Down here to show you the other thing that I did that I'm, well, maybe a little bit happy with. I mean, it's not... Somebody threw a lot of bottles on there.
Yeah, maybe just a few.
This potion. Whoever clicks that next is gonna get a lot of bottles in their inventory.
Yeah, I was kind of stocking myself up.
So I made one of these decoctive diffusers. It's pretty cool. It's not quite as epic as I was hoping for because it does have the 8-minute fire resistance on it, but for some reason it only gives you 4 minutes of the potion effect when you use it. I do have it set up to be redstone activated so that like when you go through the portal, you walk over it, you get fire resistance. Because I have the redstone in it right now, it is giving the 4 minutes. If I don't have it in it, it's really only 2 minutes, so it's like really not that great. So I'm a little disappointed in it in general, but still, we have the station right here to refill bottles. Because yeah, that 4 minutes isn't going to last you very long if you're going on very much of a trip into the Nether. And this is a bonus contraption because this was not in the book. And here it is, the brewing station back here. You can see that on there right now is a potion of fire resistance. When the system uses up enough potion, it tumbles over onto that depot, gets filled with water, gets dropped out into that airstream that you can see right there, gets sucked up into that funnel and into that hopper and goes through the whole system again as water bottles that then get turned into aqua potions that then get turned into fire resistance that then get turned into potion 8-minute fire resistance. And that's yeah, it's the vanilla way. I decided not to use a mixer and do it that way. I thought this was nice. It fit the space really nice, and it was just a cool way to do it with the brass funnels and yeah. Anyway, that's the way I did it. Maybe we'll do the other one for something else later on, because there is another bonus contraption that we were talking about putting together, me and Knock, because we were thinking about we'd like to have an endless supply of glowstone, and that would also require some brewing. All right, what are you up to?
Just got potions done, getting ready to go over and hit subscribe up with it.
Oh, okay, yeah, perfect, nice. Yeah, hey buddy. Don't worry, we're gonna make you great again. we need to get a friend for him and call him like.
Yeah, we do.
All right, so let's talk about the elephant over here in the corner.
What elephant? What corner? Oh, this thing. Yeah.
This thing right here. Yeah. So.
You mean the giant contraption?
The giant contraption. Now down here on the bottom, furnace minecart. Keep that in mind. That's key. This thing is a miner. It has 25 drills on it. It drills out a 5x5 hallway. And it also...
No, he's not trying to say that it's underage.
No, it's not that type of miner, no. It drills out a 5x5 area, stores all that material in all these barrels, and travels on, doing its thing, underground. And then it also has systems that keep all of the lava and water and things like that from interfering with it. That's what these all these deployers are about all over the place. You see lots of deployers all over it. If you'd like a breakdown and a rebuild of this, I might do that if we get enough comments on this video. Otherwise, I'm just going to demonstrate the use of it, and you will know where all of our mining materials are coming from in the future, because this is an epic miner. Let me just tell you, this is fun to use. And I just redesigned the output system here. So the portable storage is going to be, it's going to be able to be emptied on the fly as it's going down the tunnel, using chutes and chests that you place along the way. Because you can get ahead of it enough, because it moves slow enough when it's going through hard material, that you can get ahead of it and empty out the good stuff or empty out the excess material, because these chests do fill up with material. There's some some charcoal in there. I will grab that. I might find that useful. I might find that useful.
Oh, I put that in there to be fuel for it.
Oh, what? Sometimes when I first put it down, I need to give it a piece so that it get actually started. So
Gotcha.
it's always a good idea to have a couple in your inventory when you're thinking about going to use it. This little station right here is gonna have to change anyway, but it's coming with us. What am I doing? Scrolling. Oh, scrolling on that. Okay. I don't want to scroll on. I just want to pick this up and pick this up. That gave me the filter and the chute so that I can quickly empty this along the way. So, oh,
Yay!
yeah, zombie doctor. So yeah, next time I see a bunch of zombies outside, I think I'm gonna catch another guy, be this guy's friend. We'll give him a nice place to live. I'll probably build that off camera and show it to you later. It'll probably be not in our main area. It'll be like off to one of these sides. We'll move him around with a cart or something. Yep. Or even put him in a nice little underground place or something. Who knows? We'll figure out a nice place for him because we're gonna want to do some village trades. Maybe. It's always nice to have that option, I think. I mean, it's Minecraft. We've got to do some village trades. Okay, so I think that covers the majority of... Wow, that's a big oak tree.
Yeah, it is.
It was. Was for a minute. And I don't think I need to be making any more modifications. I think we're good to go. I got the chute, I got that, I got that. I might need some extra chests to take along the way, or barrels, depending on, whatever I want to use to empty this as we go, but... as soon as I turn it on, I want to pick it up. So, and I also need to, this is super important, make sure that my cart activation thing is in the correct, hang on, let me get down under, is in the correct mode. So cart movement, always face towards motion. Yes, that's great. But I actually want pause actors while rotating. Okay, you want to have that on a mining machine. Trust me.
Yeah.
Because what that does is, if there for any reason, so right now it's facing this direction. When I activate it, it's going to be facing that direction. When I pick it up, it's going to remember what direction it's facing. So when I go down to the mine and I want it to start off going in a different direction, when I initially place it, it's still going to be facing the next direction that it is facing right now, and then it has to swing around to go the direction we want it to do. And you don't want all those drills and deployers activating while it's turning, or you end up with a mess. Trust me. So now I'm ready to go. And I pick it up. And it's gone. Look at that. That's the space it leaves behind. Now this is actually it's temporary unloading dock. We'll have another place for this later on, probably underground, down near bedrock where we're deploying it. And then we might even make another device that brings us back, like afterwards, that just runs at high speed on the way back. Because I don't think there's any good way to teleport around. Anyway, let's go demonstrate the use of this, and then I think that's going to make a good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I'm
I'm
pretty
pretty
sure
sure.
again, or do the overworld this time.
We could demonstrate it, that the fact that it, the Nether is a great demonstration, but it does move kind of fast, and I was hoping to see how well we were able to empty the chest. So, do you want to try it at a higher level? Hi, Mr. Snowman, Mr. Failman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, the biome we're in doesn't allow snow to be created, and we made this guy down here, and he's safe.
He's flipping back.
He's naked. He's safe down here, but he's not making any snow. And I'm pretty sure that's the biome specific thing. All right, so we need to be outside of our claimed chunks.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
We don't want to operate this within our claimed chunks. I don't know that it won't. I just don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I mean, we can just go one by one or one by two out to get it started, because it will start the tunnel up itself.
True.
So we could just one by
Yes.
or 3 by 3.
Well, I'm gonna end up extending this tunnel anyway in the 3x3 size.
Okay.
I figure might as well just do it now.
Yeah, sure. So we're just almost out of the territory. This is good because this will take us back towards spawn, and we'll have a nice, not too deep tunnel that goes back towards spawn. In fact, we might even go through the water, which will be interesting. That'll be a good test. Guarantee it?
Yep.
Okay. That'll be a great demonstration of its capability of handling liquids. Oh, okay, no. Aha, I did bring all the things I need. So, the way I like to start this thing up is have 3 pieces of track. You can have as many as you want. There doesn't need to be any track in the machine. If there isn't, then you want to have more than 3, because it doesn't need more than 3, but it only operates on 3 pieces of track. So, like 5 is even better, 6. But then I like to start off with 3 of these guys. These get it going in the right direction. In fact, you probably are okay with 1. Make sure that the lever is at the 3rd one, otherwise it will stop itself because it'll break. So yeah, you'll understand here in a second as I start it up. You ready? You don't need to do that.
I know. I just wanted to fortune out this copper though.
Ah, okay. Alright, well, okay, good materials. Oop, found something. Something hard. Maybe. This also could be the thing that I was talking about where you need to give it a little bit of charcoal. No? Oh, I see what happened. Lost its track underneath. Every now and then, something like that happens. For some reason. Oops. I gotta be careful now. I want to make sure I push it the right direction when I push it. Yo! Go! There we go. It's being very weird right now. Acting like it didn't take on the rotational thing. Feel like I messed something up somewhere. Maybe you don't have enough track?
Maybe. That or it's not seeing the charcoal as a proper fuel and is expecting coal. Maybe.
Well, there is some coal in there too, so...
I don't know then.
Trying to go down. I've never had these issues before. Alright, you know what? Let's just do a quick set. Interesting. I mean, the only thing I did was add those deployers. Let's see if it work like you're supposed to. Okay, seems to be behaving now. Alright. I don't know what that fuss was a minute ago, but it's behaving now.
Not a clue.
It must just have been it didn't have quite enough track to be happy.
Something.
Or something, yeah. Didn't have something it was looking for. Though the torch deployer thing is still not working. I'm kind of annoyed with that. I'm guess it must be something I'm not doing right. So these guys on the side here are actually supposed to deploy torches every so many blocks. And I'm pretty sure the crate has the capability to do that. I just
Which filters did you use?
well, the brass filters don't do what you think they do. They don't give you the option of adding multiple things even. So it has to be the regular filters, and you add like, and I thought that you would add like the items several times. Like if we look at, well, you know, because you can add the filter, you know, several times for sequencing. I thought for the deployer,
Yeah. That's supposed to work.
Maybe there's something. Okay, here we go. We got some water. What's it doing? Yeah, it'll be alright. Nope.
Uh-oh.
Not alright. Alright. What happened there? Okay. Back to the drawing board, but pretty close. Okay, so it doesn't deal with like open water as well as I was hoping, but I can fix that. And other than that, it works really good most of the time. We used it in the Nether a bit ago and got how many debris did we end up getting with it earlier?
Like 10.
10. That's pretty good. I mean, we only ran it what, like 10 minutes at most.
Yeah, something like that.
And yeah, we got ridiculous amounts of netherrack, of course. And it handled the lava pretty good, but it was only small pockets of lava. So that's a good. That's a good that I seen that it does that, because it would have that issue with a large lake of lavas too.
Yeah,
that could be bad. All right, well, a couple more deployers, and that'll fix that too. But yeah, I think that's a good place to wrap this up, because that gives an update on our technology level, where we've been what we've been up to the past few days. We really haven't been working on the quest contraptions. We've just been chilling and improving the one, and you know, tweaking, improving the stuff we got right now. So, and building other stuff that makes our life easier. So I think in that I'm gonna go make myself a cleaver, because that's gonna make myself life a little bit easier, because I wouldn't mind. This has been a great axe. I've upgraded it. It's 11 attack, but I want something even more powerful now. So cleaver next. I'll maybe show you what I end up with at the beginning of the next episode. You got anything else with that I might have missed, Knock?
No, not that I can think of.
All right. Well, there we go. We've got this miner. Like I said, I will make the corrections, show you that working possibly right at the end of this video or something. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to help with the channel. And ring the bell like your village was under attack. Yeah. Till next time, I will catch you later.
Bye-bye.
Alright, I'm recording because I think this is going to be the time that at least manages to do the water thing. Right?
I hope so.
And then, I know the torch thing's not working. I don't know what we're going to do about that. But it's got to be a way to make that work. We're just not catching the nuances. Something quite right. Ooh, there's some water.
It's supposed to just be a layout pattern in the filter, and it should follow the pattern. That's all it was before.
It didn't like.
But I don't know how many iterations of Creative Go that was either at this point. So.
But it is still going through. Tunneler 1, water 0.
Yeah.
That. I forgot to. I should have grabbed. Oh, never mind. Ah! Defeat. Okay. What's the issue? Is it just the kelp? Oh, it is the kelp. It is the kelp. I just realized I don't have any because kelp requires a different thing.
Yeah.
Than the drills. Okay, so kelp will defeat it. We can't really qualify that. That would require a whole different setup. Yeah, that would require a whole different setup to be able to
yeah,
deal with kelp as well. Well, I mean, it really was never meant to go through the ocean, to be honest. It was meant to go through the nether.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're gonna have an issue with kelp in the nether.
I hope not.
I hope not. Yep. Alright, so
We do, and I think we have a whole different set of issues to deal with.
yeah, I would say that's successful though, because barring the kelp, it went through quite a bit of water before it stopped. Like if you look outside, you see it got quite a ways into the water before the kelp messed it up. But yeah, it was kelp because it wouldn't break the kelp, and then it couldn't place the block there because kelp's there, and then that stayed being water. That's what eventually defeated it. Okay, so there we go. Now we know. Now you know. And knowing is half the battle.
And honestly, down low enough below the ocean bed that it'd work fine too.
Yeah, if you're cutting through the ocean bed where you're breaking the blocks that the kelp was on, yeah, no problem. So yeah, if you're just skimming
down like down at diamond level, etc.
Oh yeah, if you're under the ocean, no problem.
Right on bedrock.
Yeah. Anywhere you're not gonna end up hitting the kelp. Like for that would require a special modification to this bed to have it operate where it wasn't intended to operate. Anyway, so it's meant to go in the nether, and goodbye, zombie. I'm out of here. It was intended to go to the nether, and I think it's gonna work just wonderful over there now. I'm glad I'd seen that before it ran into actual lava, though. Yeah, actual lake. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that was the conclusion of that.